What's going on, guys? And welcome to another episode of Blends and Trends. Nyla Simone here with a very special guest. We got Money Long in the building.
Hey everybody, sorry I'm eating stuff in my face.
No worries. Did I pronounce it right? Is it Money Long?
Yes, Money Long.
Where'd you get that name from?
So, okay, as that lies. The first name Money is from it's a Filipino word and it's pronounced Muni, and it means to think deeply from within. And I'm just working on like making sure all of my decisions are self-localized, where I'm not choosing anything because it's what other people are doing or what other people think I should be doing. So I really do a lot of self-reflection and internal locus of control, making sure I'm calibrated to really like my most authentic self and my most deepest desire. And then the day I was researching it, I shared it with my husband. He was like, "That's dope. You should pronounce it Money." And then it was just Money for a while. And my team one day was like, "I think Money needs a last name." And I can't remember if I was singing it or listening to the song, but I know I randomly always I'm sure I'm not the only one, randomly yelling out, "Hair long, money long." And right. So that's where the Money Long came in. And it's also like an affirmation, right? Because every time somebody calls me that, they're speaking it on me.
I love that. Claiming it. That's dope and very smart. Okay, so let's get into your background, because a lot of my friends in the industry speak very, very highly of you. They're like, "Yeah, that's my girl." So I'm like, wow, I'm so mad that I didn't know about you prior. So I know you've been active in the industry for years now as a writer. What made you want to, step into the forefront and, become like a full-blown artist?
I think it's important for people to understand, like, you could pivot at any moment, like you might decide that you want to quit your corporate job and become a chef, and that's okay. I was very successful as a songwriter, and I think the misconception about being a songwriter is that people think just because you're in the industry and you're rubbing elbows with A-listers or whatever, that is glamorous. It's absolutely not. There are very small moments when, somebody might do a writing camp in Bali and you get to go. So I've done a few things like that, but songwriters really get treated pretty poorly. And, they're last to eat in a lot of ways, where the song is the most important thing. Because without the song, you can't do any of the other things that go around it, like tour, TV.
You can't get the check without the product. You need the product.
Right. Yeah. So I think there just came a point where my heart wasn't in it anymore, and the treatment and just the things that I had to endure to be able to engage in that space, I just was over. I'm like, I'm too over this. No.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that. Even as on the radio perspective and as a woman in the industry, I completely understand how treatment is definitely different from this perspective than being an artist. But that being said, I mean, this is it's you anyway. It's always been you. So I'm happy to see you step into your light. Was it yeah, of course. Was it what happened, because I feel like as soon as the year hit, you were just everywhere, like the way you flooded the streets. What was the transition from 2021 to 2022 that was like a fucking Money Long takeover?
Honestly, the song blew up over Christmas. It's unheard of, right? It's you always hear, never release a song in the fourth quarter, don't drop an album in the fourth quarter. So I had dropped a song and a project in the fourth quarter. I'm dark skinned, I'm 33, I'm a woman.
Oh these are all things. I love you so much. That's beautiful.
And I'm independent. So it's all the things that they normally say are non-starters. I had all of them. And booyah, it's not true. I think also too, being very careful to make sure I acknowledge what I did was write the song and sing the song and put the song out. But the people blew it up and they made it what it is. So let's make sure that we acknowledge that, like, the people did this.
Nah, that's dope. I love it. So wait, let's talk about the project because you mentioned that your husband mentioned the name, but the project is definitely a full scope of relationships, relationship issues, highs and lows. Are these like all fresh songs, or were these songs that you've had for a while and you decided to release?
No, I mean, the way that I wrote these last 3 projects, actually, I write very fast. So sometimes I'll go in the studio and I'll make like 10 songs in one night. And so I think I made like the bulk of these songs all at one time, the stuff from EP2 and EP3. And then a couple things came towards the end, like, you know, Sneaky Link, To-Do List, and Hours and Hours. And I don't know, I think like it doesn't take me long. And because these projects are so short, I literally could make a whole one in like 2 days. Because you might write 30 songs and then only pick 7. So no, like the beauty about being independent is when I come up with something, I could put it out immediately. I could drop it tomorrow if I wanted to.
Right.
Which I love that. So yeah, it's very liberating too, to just be able to make something and put it out. It's like, here you go.
Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So now that Hours and Hours is blowing up the way that it is, who has reached out to you to collaborate, and who are you looking to collaborate with moving forward?
So many people. Oh my gosh. Chloe and Halle, love them.
Yes.
I've gotten DMs from like Chief Keef, Duke Deuce.
Wow.
Man, so many people. I can't even think right now. Like IDK, Callie, Melly,
Dope.
Bia, like so many people.
Oh, I love that. That would be really fly, actually.
Yeah.
You and Bia. I would also like, definitely, I feel like you and Brent would do something really dope together.
He's on my wish list. I actually, in the beginning, we were thinking of like putting a feature on Hours and Hours before we released it. And Brent was on the list. It was like Brent, Bryson Tiller, Lucky Day. And I think that might have been it. Maybe Giveon.
Oh, that's, yeah.
But then we decided like nobody was really taking the bait, Lucky's like, I'm not doing features, Brent, I'm not doing features. And so it was just kind of like, all right, well, we're just gonna put it out. And look at God.
It happens. Okay, so are we gonna be getting a remix for the record?
I don't know. I think now I'm at the point where I just want to see how far it goes without it. And also, like, I consider myself to be an interactive artist, so I definitely pay attention to what the comments say, and I take direction from that. And I mean, the things that seem like pure, sometimes people be trying to bully you, like, put them on a remix. It's like, relax. But yeah, like a lot of people keep saying like they just love the song how it is. They don't want a remix. So maybe not.
Okay, cool. Nah, I respect it. Oh, you said you pay attention to the comment section a lot. I know that could definitely be a strain on like your mental health, honestly. So how do you balance? And you're honestly outside of even the comment section, like you're posting like 3 times a day, mad funny videos and stuff like that. But yeah, how do you balance social media and then like, your sanity, especially as someone who focuses on keeping their chakras centered?
I'll be blocking and deleting people so fast. So freaking fast. Like as soon as I see anything that's even remotely, and most of the time, I've been like, really want to be careful about how I say this. It's either fake pages or it's girls who look like me. And that part is very concerning to me. It's like, why are you doing that? Because the only people who look like me who are saying mean things and calling me a one-hit wonder, saying I'm ugly, saying I look like Michael Jackson, talking trash about the music, and they all look like me.
Women too?
Brown-skinned women.
Wow.
With the African features, maybe might be a little thicker. That's how I used to look. Yeah. It's only people who look like me. And sometimes that just really like makes me feel for that particular subsection of women, young women, because it's just like hurt people, you know? And it's like, I wish they understood that what they're really doing is showing how they feel about themselves. It's like when people say mean things to you, it's a projection. It has nothing to do with you, because if it was truly out of love and care and concern, then it would be, you would feel that, you know. There's always like the rule of do no harm, you know. And a lot of times you realize like you can't interfere with somebody's journey. You have to just let them get it how they get it. You're not God. Stop trying to like fix people. But it's definitely hurtful on a deeper level of like, man, what happened to us that where we are so mean to each other, you know? But I'll block and delete so fast. Like I'm talking about as soon as I read up on your page, block.
You got any arguments yet?
No,
No,
no.
not even gonna.
I mean, I've been tempted to like make examples and be like, look at this. This is the type of stuff, you know, that I'm getting. And I also have been tempted to like screenshot all of the pictures of the people who say stuff. Like, do y'all see this? Do you see a pattern? Look at this. They all look like me. Why
honestly, I think you definitely should point that out. If not, I'm gonna cut this. And
I think people like will find a way to twist anything. So I think, you know, maybe I'll just leave that, because I don't want to cause any more like pain what they already are in.
Yeah.
Because you know, happy hoes ain't hating. I'm not hating on nobody because I'm out here getting it.
Period.
So it's sad, really. It's just like, it's concerning. It's just like, man, why are we like this?
Yeah.
It's not everybody though. Like it's a lot of women, Black women who look like me, who are supportive, but I noticed the majority of people who send the hate are either fake pages with like, you know, no picture and 30 followers, or girls who look like me.
Damn, that's really disappointing.
Yeah.
Very, very disappointing. Sorry to hear that.
I mean, here's what it is.
At the end of the day, though, not that they should be hating, but at least the hate is only helping you get paid too. You know what I mean? Like, y'all gonna comment, cool, whatever. You're still putting money in my pocket. So
Right.
that's the positive in it, I guess. But okay, so what can we look forward to in 2022? Are you gonna give us a new project? Are you gonna tour? You know, tours are starting to open back up too.
Yes, so I've gotten so many show offers, and you know, this thing really did blow up like in less than a month. I mean, I think the video has like almost 8 million views now. Things like #1 across so many different platforms. It's number 25 on the Hot 100. It's just really like, you know, I've been seeing a lot of people saying they tired of it. I'm like, well, coffee, because it ain't going nowhere. Especially when I start like getting on the road and people start seeing me like doing like the TV performances and things like that. Because I can actually sing, and I'm really excited to like be able to showcase that as well. So definitely some tour, definitely some live shows, live performances, new music, because we got to keep the momentum.
Yeah.
Hopefully some things in like film and television and fashion, because I really enjoy both of those things. And I love to cook, so
Nice.
trying to figure out a way to incorporate that as well. Yeah, lots and lots of creative.
What are there? Side note, you said you love fashion. Any of your favorite like Black owned clothing brands would you like to shout out?
Pierre Moss, T. Wiley. Let me see.
No
House of
pressure.
Trevenants.
Are you gonna be modeling this year, like for Fashion Week?
I hope so. I hope so. That would be incredible if I could. You know, Laquan Smith, call me.
Oh.
Yeah, like, you know, I want to, everything will come when it's supposed to come. So,
sure.
like, you know, there's so much for me to do. All these opportunities coming at me at once. It's like, you know, the way I analogize it is like if you walk into a stadium full of like hundreds of thousands of people and everybody turns and looks at you at once. Like, that's what that feels like. It's just like, hey y'all, okay.
Let me look
You
through this
know,
and yeah.
yeah, like they just watching you walk to your seat while your footsteps echo,
Yeah.
and it's okay. I mean, I don't mind, but it is a little overwhelming at first because it's just like, I've been here this whole time. Now you just now, you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
adjusting. I'm adjusting, definitely adjusting. I think my manager is like, I don't think you realize how big this is. You still operating down here. You need to, you know. So eventually, hopefully I'll acclimate quickly. I don't really have a choice.
Yeah, you definitely don't. But no, that's a good thing, man. All good problems to have.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to definitely what's next. So thank you so much, Moni Long, for tapping in with me. Of course, we're gonna be supporting you here. You're already in rotation over here, in New York City, which is the hardest city to break R&B in. So you're like, yo, you're doing great, man. Like your people
What's up,
said.
New York?
Yes, I love it.